Okay, we are starting up again. What happened there? And I'm going to force Shannon to lose control on watercolors. And let's see, I got to fix the lighting here because, as usual, everything changes. I think we're good. We're going to be doing a watercolor penguin, and this will be fun. So I'm going to have Shannon do it in basically the same style as me. We're both using number 10 watercolor brushes. See, she's using my nice one. I'm using my crappy one. And she's over there using my second favorite watercolor kit, which is the Grumbacher kit, which I like because... Okay, we are starting up again. I forgot to mute this. Okay. I like this kit because these, you can take these off. They all come off, and you can put them back on. So those are really nice. It's not as travel friendly, which is why I don't use it as much. And she's been picking cat hair out of it. I'm going to wet that down. Throw your brush in the water. And, oh, puppy, your ear is by my wheel again. Ugh. We have to get situated again and get that puppy under control. I'm thinking that picture of the penguin face, that's the one we're going to do. We're not even going to pay too much attention to his body. We'll just use that as reference when we get down there. So I'm going to take up about this much of my page with just his head.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know how big you want to do it. We're going to grab a stencil. Grab something that has a lot of through. So I would pick one of these two. All right. And our brush is really nice and wet. And you can pick any color you want. I like to pick like a turquoise to start with, or maybe a light purple, or maybe a yellow or orange, whatever you want. This is just going to be our basic sketch. So load the color in there real rich. Yeah. And you're going to look at your image, and you don't have to be exact. We're just going to give ourselves a basic face. So make his head like the size of your stencil because you're working on a bigger piece of paper.
Okay.
All right. So like make his beak might come off a little bit, but make his head and then down his neck, like about like that. We're just doing a rough outline of it. And the reason why I like the stencil is because then you're not stuck with the lines, you know. See, like me, I made this a little bit too big. So I can like bring it down a little bit, and my stencils are dirty. So you're going to get you might get some other colors going on in there. Stop sketching. Like what I'm doing, and look at how much water I have in there. You're doing a line. I just have a mess. I want to show some of that texture through. And I'm using my full brush to really loosen up your hold on your brush. There you go. Because we're doing a light sketch. All right. And her image keeps on going away. All right. And then grab some more water. Don't get any more color. And just smoosh it around a little bit. And then I see, like, I'm going to bring this down and then go into his body a little bit. I'm not worried about messing up my color or anything. I'm just using this for an outline. All right. There we go. I have a basic sketch. Don't forget to throw his beak in there too. Ah, through your stencil. Do you want to share mine? Because mine seems not to go away as fast as yours.
Well, it's my timer.
Do you want to plug your phone into my cord and it'll stay on?
I have to change the timer.
All right.
It's set to timeout.
So you're going to do his full body too?
Well,
all right, throw some heat on that and dry it out a little bit. Throw your brush in the water. And you can also take this roll and just blot up the big puddles. There you go. And because watercolor paper absorbs a little bit more,
Yeah.
if you have a big ass puddle, let me show you. You can actually watch it dry and kind of keep it stationary. You don't want it set in one place the whole time, it will burn.
Yeah.
So you don't have, if you go like this, it'll dry a little bit faster or a little bit slower. There you go. I'm hoping Livy, Christine, and Britta and Azure Muse come back because Azure Muse came right as we were closing down. So, all right. You change it all up so it'll stay up there for you.
For 10 minutes.
All right. Do you want to plug in to save your bat?
I'm good now.
Okay. All right. So we have our basic outline. And remember, you've seen me do this. You see how many times while I'm doing this, I say, I hate this.
All right.
So keep that in mind. I keep on moving that. So what I do sometimes is I want a wet brush, but I don't want it sopping. So I'll just roll that through. And now we're just going to grab, we want to figure out what color do we want for our deepest shadow. I know a penguin is black and white mostly. So we're looking at, see the darker spots?
All right.
We want to pick a color for that. Look at her. My cat scratches against the window and her little butt just wiggles. It's so cute. So I am going to pick, I'm going to go with purple. The purple, and I'm going to mix a purple and a dark blue together. And that's going to be my shadow color. So for you, a comparable, if you want to do the same as me, would be these two right here. Yeah.
Those two?
Yeah. So you can mix that up. And I'm making it really, really wet. Maybe some more blue. There you go. Now grab some more water and put it on your palette in the color.
What?
There you go.
Right there?
Yep, right there. All right. So we got that going. Now we're just going to eyeball it and figure out, like I'm going to start with the beak because for me on birds, the shape of the beak is the hardest. So you notice that dark spot right there.
All right.
That's going to be the first dark spot we use. Turn your brush instead of going a tip because we want this messy. So I'm not even holding my brush like a pencil because you're holding like this like a pencil. Go on the side and just kind of like smoosh in your lines. Let go of your control a little bit. And then I'm going to go down and get the color below his chin. I'm going to pick up color when I need it. Figure out where his eye is going to go a little bit. And none of this color is set in stone. Just remember that. So that way you don't stress about it too much. See, and at this point right here, I hate it again. So it's just...
I hated it at the stencil point.
But we will get this. Stop sketching.
I'm not sketching.
So Shannon, the movement I try to break her of when she's doing watercolor is she goes like this. Little tiny stroke. We want some broad, like lose control, put that crap down type of action going on. And I think she's over here. She's using cold press watercolor paper because she wanted to use a piece of hers. Now do that line right there down into his chest. There you go. Grab some more water. Get rid of that straight line. There you go. All right. So we hate it, don't we? We totally hate it. Now we're going to pick a mid-tone. And for me at this point, I'm going to pick red because it's kind of a breakdown of that purple that we had going there.
Too much.
Yeah. You might want to, because this is going to be a mid-shadow tone.
I'll add some red.
Okay. Yeah, just to darken it up a little bit. I'm actually thinking I'm going to add a little bit of brown to mine. I still want the red feel, but I don't want it so bright. Another hint too, Shannon, is so you picked up your color, right?
Yeah.
You're picking up your color here in your slightly damp brush. You move it here.
Mm-hmm.
You still have a buttload of color in your brush. Pick up some more water and put it back in your palette. It'll just, there you go. Instead of adding more water to your palette or to your color. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to go in. We have our mid tone. It's going to be like the top of the beak, this area. Okay.
The lighter darks.
The lighter dark. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going to like really refine like where the beak is because I really messed up my beak here. Get sloppy with it. Paint like your grandson. Paint like your grandson. Because look at how far back I'm holding my brush. I'm not controlling it. So we want to look at smoosh it around, baby. Oh, I forgot about that white that goes there, but oh well. And this might not be like a Audubon. Is that what that is? The guy who did the bird book?
Yeah.
It's not going to be that kind of penguin. I already know that. I can tell you that already. But we're going to be able to tell it's a penguin when I'm done. All right. See, look at all your, see how all your color is exact? If you smoosh it around using your brush loose and just like scribble it kind of, you get all that play on light. There you go. There you go. Move on. And you do kind of want to go over your existing colors a little bit. I mean, maybe not 100%, but just smoosh it. Stop using straight lines and just smoosh it. No, you already got color there. We're going on new things. I wish I had a big enough camera so you could see her working too. So you kind of see what I'm talking about when I tell her stop it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. Stop. Now we're going to go in with like our brightest color. I'm going to use like a yellow orange. Like if I was you, like all I'm doing is I would be mixing like those three colors together. I'm just going across my palette. I think that's something else I like about this palette is my colors are so close together. I can just smoosh it just like that. All right. So now I'm just going to go over because a lot of this is still damp. It's not dry yet. And all of those highlight areas, I'm going to go over top of my existing color. You might need to dab a little bit. Just roll over top and pick some of that up. Like this.
You got poodles.
There you go. And just put your color right on top of there. Because I think you use heavier color than I do a little bit. Look at me smoosh. Look at me smoosh. Stop using straight lines. Even if you need to make a straight line, do it in like little tiny strokes. And also use your brightest color for the white area in him. There we go.
Boy, I got a fuzzy penguin.
I gave you the good brush.
Oh no, it's also little cat hairs.
Oh, is it from that? We should have blown it off first. Just leave it. It's easier
It keeps coming out of the penguin.
It's easier to get off when it's dry.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna dry.
Okay.
And throw some heat on it.
And then
And in looking in R2, you can see your control issues right in that. Stop making straight lines.
he's got a straight line right there.
I tell you, even if it's a straight line, don't make it a straight line.
Okay.
Because look, we're only worried about highlights and shadows and stuff like that. We're not worried about details.
Okay.
Okay? And I just noticed. Let me see. You're good. Oh. Right here. There you go. That should be good. So notice the difference between our two.
Yeah.
So this I totally let myself go as far as control. And
I let myself go.
for Shannon, she really let herself go. Okay. So, I mean, she has the basic highlights and shadows of everything the way it goes. But what we're working on is trying to get her to loosen up her hold on her brush and stuff. But this is going to be beautiful. And I picked a penguin because it's true is two-tone. And we're going to go outside of that color. So I'm making you, yeah I'm mean.
You hateful little hussy.
All right, so now we're going to puppy. The puppy. Now, you know what? Let's pick in another. Okay, let's find. We're going to go in with our darkest shadow now, which is, I'm going to go in with some purple, some of that blue. And then this time I'm going to add just a touch of black. So it's going to be like a dark midnight. Well, I would just use the same spot that you had it before.
Oh.
That's all right. Because that way you have the same tones. That's a nice thing about watercolor is you can get the same feel in your colors. And when I say a touch of black,
Literally.
yep, touch of black. See, you really scrub the color out of your watercolors. When you're grabbing color, instead of scrubbing it, just wipe across the top. Because you have really high pigment in yours. See yours compared to mine.
Man.
But no, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Don't think that. I mean, I
know.
hope you don't think I'm picking on you.
No.
Okay. And know what? Just for giggles and poo-poos, I'm going to grab just a dip of that original turquoise too.
Original blue, it ain't gonna show up.
Yeah, well, look at what.
Well, because I used the darker blue.
I know. But grab your turquoise and put it in there too. Don't rinse your water out. There you go. See how it changes it just a little bit?
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to go in with our darker color. And I am going to start trying to get my detail with the beak. All right.
Okay.
And to do that, we need to figure out the spacing for everything else. Hold on a second. We need to figure out the spacing for everything else. So you have to realize this line that goes into the head or into the beak, this line that comes out from the head into the beak. And because right now, both of us, our beaks are too short and too fat for both of us.
Mine got off the page.
But we can fix that.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we are going to start. Let's see. Let me do my brainstorm here. Okay. So their head, it comes down and it's almost like a square with that mark.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like over top of it, kind of find that on the inside bend. See the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to hover your brush over top of that. And then if you do a diagonal line across to the other corner of that square, that's about where that beak starts. Okay? And that's where it should meet the rest of the head. So we want to make a mark there and bring it up just a tad. And then we're going to find our beak, because my beak, and I still want a little bit curved, and there's a curve in that beak. Then we're going to bring it down into the neck. And look at my beak is just sucks, but we'll fix it. We're going to outline it just like that, all the way up into that black. We're just barely touching the brush to the page. There we go. And your beak actually looks better than mine, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing that's nice then, you take your brush, you rinse it out. Like for me, there's things I don't like. And then try to keep it a single line instead of going over and over and over the stuff. Like you already went over that 3 times I saw.
Well, it went fat the first time.
The more water you add, the fatter it's going to get. So you want to let it dry.
Okay.
So you want to come up that top of the head and refine the shape of the head. Okay. Now while you're doing that, I am going to, with just a wet brush, reactivate some of this color and refine the shape of my beak. Because my beak is not very delicious. There we go. And if you want that to spread, grab a little bit of water on your brush and then just tap it in that area.
All right.
See that right there? There you go. Just like do one of these. See this? Because your brush is full. See that white? Unless you want that white there. Oh, crap. Use your full brush. Lay it down tip. Kind of like you're walking. There you go. Tip to toe. There you go. There.
Okay.
All right. And you actually got a better eye because you have the shape of the head very nice. The beak looks good. Yeah. Now I would take that same color since you're doing more of the body. Actually, I am too. Don't add more color. I'm adding more water to mine because mine's drying out. And then I'm going to go in, and we have that one weird little bloop.
Right
See that?
under his neck. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just, instead of painting that on, our brush is about the right size. So we're just going to go like that and carry it over. Yep. And now we're going to go and that, oops, my brush is falling apart. And then we're going to do the edge of his wing. Look at, see what I'm doing here? Just blob it down. We want that texture because this will help us with the texture of the feathers and make them connect, make it wide. There you go. Very nice. Shannon actually has a very good eye as far as like perspectives and looking at something and drawing it down. Like the shape of her penguin head is like perfect. Mine is rather round. So I have a round-headed penguin. Don't overwork it. If you keep on overworking it, it's going to blend in and you'll lose that texture.
White spots.
You don't want to though.
Oh.
See, look at all my white spots. We like to work with that. Okay?
Some of us do.
No, I'm teaching you my way, lady. So don't be starting with me. If you didn't love me, you wouldn't be here. All right, now for me, this is the hardest part. I'm just running out of color, so I'm just mixing more. So, all right. So for me, this is the hardest part, finding out where the eye goes. Okay. So we know here's his beak, kind of moves over, and the eye is actually lower than you feel it should be, because it's actually a straight line in from the tip of his beak in. So, and it's kind of, oh, it's actually in line. If you line up the tip of his beak with this little doohickey here, his eye is right in the middle of that. So I'm doing an imaginary line there and about halfway, and that's where his eye is going to go. And we're just going to do a very simple almond. We're not worrying about the exact shape of it. All right. So don't get too sketchy with it. And I need more color because mine is. See, fill it in. All right. So we got that going. I think. Do you want honest? Actually, no, yours is okay too. All right. Now we're just going to play. This is where the fun comes and where it starts looking really ugly and you hate it. But this is the fun part, okay?
Okay.
We're going to mix more of that dark color, that purple and a little bit of turquoise and a touch of black. And we're going to go in and really work with some of those shadows. And my brush is really wet. And another thing I'm noticing too, Shannon, is you're wetting your brush every time you're picking up color. Your palette is already wet. Your paint palette. So as long as your brush is damp, you're picking up color.
Okay.
And you can put it in your thing, add water,
Okay.
and the color's still there. It'll help you, your paints last a lot longer. So I'm just going to go in any place I have dark color. I'm just going in and I'm keeping it really wet because I want it to be wet. Excuse me. And I want it to dry and be able to see some of that stuff behind it. So you don't want to scrub the color in, because if you scrub the color in, you're going to lose that texture from the background. So if you dab instead of brush stroke,
okay.
We're not looking for full coverage, because then we'll lose some of our texture that we worked so hard to put in at the beginning. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. For me, the hard part is going to be the beak. The hardest part for any bird for me is the flippin' beak. I don't know why. And I'm thinking my color's looking mighty morose. So I'm going to add more of this turquoise in and brighten it up a little bit, just because I like a change. So if you want to change it up, And that way you get more fun in here. And also pay attention too when you're working on it. If you look close, you can see some of the shadows and stuff from the feathers. And you want to kind of work with that angle on your brush. All right, so now I just have a whole hodgepodge of stuff going on here. And then down here in the chest of the penguin is the white, but we do have a very drastic shadow in the white. So we need to figure out, we have our yellow for our white. So I'm thinking if we do a yellow with a little bit, just a touch of the red to get like a bright yellow orange. We're just going to paint that shadow right in there. And that goes up. And this is, I'm actually using a full stroke because that is a hard line. All right. I'm seeing, and as you do that, you'll notice other spots that have highlights and shadows that you want to bring in. And just keep on dabbing in your color. And I understand this is hard for Shannon because she's just gotten back into art stuff and she's been working mostly with acrylic paint, where you do want to do the full stroke and really get everything in there. And I am like totally making her stop doing that. And one thing Shannon keeps on doing is moving her hand closer to the end of her brush. And the closer her hand gets to the end of the brush, the more she tries to control her stroke. So
Dang it.
I'm trying not to be a naggy brat helping her, but I don't know if I'm succeeding.
Naggy Nancy.
See, and then here too, I'm seeing things I don't like this blotch of purple. I don't know if you can see it. When I touch my brush to my hand, it leaves behind a little bit of water, but it's not sopping. And I can kind of scrub that color back. I mean, it's not going to be clean, but I can move the gist of it, you know? And I just want to bring that down. There we go. And you see how I want you on yours to mix more of your orange and yellows together. Because when you put your colors in before, you lost all your texture because you had it too wet. You can barely see your stencils. I just want you to smoosh through all your light colors and make sure your colors are really saturated. I want it through his face too. There you go. And every time you see that your brush is picking up any of the other color, go over and grab more of the yellow or whatever you got. And try not to get wet on wet because then they will mix. And maybe throw in a third color there. Because let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like 6 or 7 colors going on here. So maybe now mix them up and add a little bit more red to it. And use that color around like your deeper shadows. Stop painting. I hope she's not getting agitated with me. Whoever's watching, would you be agitated with me? Am I being too bossy?
Bossy Biddy.
And maybe,
Oh, I have another red too.
maybe use more of your brush. I'm trying to see exactly what it is. I'm actually sitting here talking to her because I'm letting some of my colors soak in. I could dry them. Actually, I'm going to grab some of this. Let's see. I'm going to do some more color over here. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Lay more of your brush down on the page. See, hold it the same way you had it. You're going like this. See the difference? You're going like this, and I'm going like that. And I'm kind of, when I work, I kind of twist my brush around too. That seems to help me. And you guys, when I'm working with Shannon like this, I'm not expecting her to do everything exactly I do. I'm expecting her to take some of the information that I use with the way I paint and use it in her own way, which she does spectacularly. Like, we've done some face stuff before, and she has her own style totally, you know. Can you see kind of now how the layers are working together? Now maybe go in, grab that yellow again, and don't clean your brush though. Just scrub up some of that yellow, mix it up on your palette. Did it change the color?
A little bit.
Okay. And then kind of lay that on top of some of the other areas that you got going. Like where the red is too. And it's going to add all that texture. There you go. Oh, that's pretty. I wish I could move her page. She doesn't have it glued down on anything or in a book, so it's just a loose paper, and we're working so wet, it would move it. And then maybe in this chest area, so you have your blues, which we're using as our black. We have our red, which we were using as a mid-tone. Kind of mix some of your darks in there because the shadows from the feathers, don't scrub, because we want to keep that texture. You're mudding it now. If you use too much water over top of existing color and you keep on going on top of it, it'll pick them up and move them and kind of mud them a little bit. Okay. Since we have all those colors in there, it'll turn it brown. Oh. So you could actually throw some heat over it or work in another area that's dry. So maybe in this black area that you have so beautiful here, maybe add some more of those blues layered on top. See how I just add the texture to it? So I am going to go in and add, there's this faint line right here down the back of his head. And I just basically mix my blue and a little bit of that yellow. And I'm just adding some more texture in too. And there is a dark shadow here. And again, I wish I could share the photo that we're going on. And I even went a little bit muddy here. So I'm telling you these things so you can avoid this crap right here, like I did. You don't think I'm being naggy, do you?
No.
Okay. See, and when you brush like that, you're reactivating the red and you're lifting it and mixing it with your color. So like, if you go too wet, it's a learned thing. So don't. If you brush stroke it, you're going to lift up the color and mix. So if you take your brush, actually I'll go here, and just kind of dab it instead of, like, if I go like this, it moves the undercolor. Whereas if you layer it, well, what Sam Hill color was that? See, and now you have, in that dry area, that's beautiful, but I'm afraid if you go where some of it's wet.
Trying to avoid that.
Yeah. But then you end up with a straight line. So it's hard. Maybe throw some heat on it, dry it out, and then you can go on, because you have the right feel, but when you're doing it and you go wet on top of the wet, it keeps on mudding on you. I think that's all it is. I think with practice, you're going to be amazing.
Well, the thing with watercolor is it stays wet so long, whereas with acrylic, mine dries so freaking fast that it has to be quick on top, be quick on top.
Yep.
So,
And then, too, it's hard because you can't control it.
I could too.
You know what? We'll do some watercolor on UFO next time.
I'll control that some B. That's where I'll control that.
Oh, Livia's asking if I've ever worked with gouache. Or gouache, gouache, whatever.
Gouache.
Basically, all that is opaque watercolors. That's the only real difference. I've played with them a little bit. I don't own any. But that's all it is. It's watercolors that are opaque. So gouache, gouache, so many people say it different ways. See, and mine dried out, so now I can do that on top. And you can see even the way I'm dabbing it, I'm picking up that yellow, and my turquoise is turning more green. So I'm just... There we go. All right. Do you see
Where to next, Sensei?
Are you all dry? I still see puddles on his face. Now dry it. Now dry it.
Hey, just let my cat hair down.
Yeah, I told you. Okay. Okay. We should be good. Now, do you see the difference between mine and yours and your control of line?
Yes.
And that's just going to take time. All right? You have to accept.
Control.
Okay. I'm sorry, you guys, for having to listen to this. But Shannon, you're going to have to accept. There's going to be points in it where you hate it.
I hate it right now.
I know. And but you're trying to make yourself like it now. You are. You are. Because you're trying to put
what I want it to look like.
Exactly, but there's steps to get to there.
And it's not looking like.
And I'm trying to help you.
Well, the staircase is long.
I know.
And my legs are getting tired.
Well, you got some short little legs. Shannon's shorter than I am. She just a little cute thing.
Shush.
She's just all tiny and cute. I love her so much.
I'm a whole 5'4'11".
5'4'11". You're a dork. All right, so
I need an 8 foot. I need a 6. What is it? An 8 foot ladder and a 6 foot room. That's how short I am.
Toma. All right, so now I'm mixing up some more of that same blue color because we're gonna work on this area right here.
Okay.
Because if you look at your picture, there are a couple tones of black in that spot. We are just gonna smooch, and I do not want a straight line because you have a perfect straight line right there.
So I need to get rid of my straight line.
No, we're not getting rid of. We're adding a layer on top. So I'm just going on, just even though I don't have much of a straight line, we're just gonna go because your main part of your shadow is on that edge, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But feathers aren't in perfect lines. So we're just gonna smooch a little bit into the yellow. You're really wet. Dry out. Touch your brush to the paper towel. There you go. Stop. There you go. There you go. Because I want to see. Stop connecting. I want to see them going back and forth, not touching. I want you to go top, bottom, left, right. Yeah. Now go up here. Wait, stop. Every brush stroke. Let me tell you. Stop. All right. You know where you want your line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to do one here, one down here, one up here, one down here. And I want you to go back and forth. And I don't want any two touching after one another.
See, I'm wanting to go.
Nope. You're not going to do that. You're going to do what I tell you. Pick up some more color, but no more water. All right. You have a lot of water in there. Dry out your brush between each one. I think let me see your paint.
Mm-hmm.
Mix your color. You know how... There you go. There you go. There you go. That should dry it out a little bit. Now, touch your brush to your hand. Did it puddle?
Not really.
Okay, now use it. You can use it. Just move your hand down your brush.
See, and I squeeze harder when it's back here.
Instead of, so you're going parallel to your paper with your brush? Hold on, stop. Hold on, stop. Hold on, look at me.
Stop.
Look at me. Instead of going parallel to your paper, go like this, right? And just all over. Look at me. I'm not even looking at my paper, and I'm just putting dots down. That's how out of control we are. Don't look at your paper. Yeah, there you go. It's hard,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
even touching my paper.
Just do it. There you go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Up and down. Go down. Stop. That's perfect. All right. Now, I finally figured it out. I can't let you look at your paper.
Your paint over
It's all right.
It's watercolor.
All right. I want you to do the same type of thing around this line on the face.
Same color?
Yeah, might as well. Actually, you know what? We need a little bit more shadow up around there. Let go. Move your brush down. Stop going parallel to the paper. Go up. I'm teaching you my way, sister. It may not be the right way, but that's my way.
Oh, my color dried out.
Dab out on here because you got a little bit too much water. Yeah, see how that sucked right up? There you go. All right, I want you to keep on looking at your picture too. This brush tastes horrible.
Well, why put it in your mouth?
Because that's just what I do. You need to make your color darker. We want more of a definite color shift. Grab a touch of your black right here. There you go, that's enough. There you go. No, stop putting water on it. There you go. And just kind of look at your picture. Every place you see dark black, go back in there with that color. There you go. And now move your hand this way. There you go. And just keep on moving your hand around. Sometimes when I'm working, I'll actually move my brush, like twist my brush with my hand like this, just to really make myself let go a little bit more. Because I used to be you, Shannon. I used to be you.
Until I got a non.
Until you got a what?
A non.
What's a non?
You're Shana, I'm Shannon.
Oh. You're dark.
I got a non.
All right. So while Shannon's doing that, I am going to paint some eyes. All right. So we have, and this is where when she gets to that point too, I'll let her hold her brush closer up. I'll let her do it. She wants to do this part so bad right now. She's like, just let me hold the brush the way I want to. And she's cussing in her head. She is calling me B words. I know she is. She's like, ah.
Yep. Actually, what I'm saying is don't tell me I can't control this.
I don't want you to control it.
I know.
You're going in a line again. Stop it.
I'm doing my dark spot.
I know, but I want your eye to travel across your picture. Stop making them touch. Go down there, come up here, go down there, go in her head, or in his head. Like there's dark spots over his eyebrow, across his nose, coming into his eye. There's all of those spots. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I was doing his eye. There. So for those of you watching, I don't know if anybody else is chatty. Am I being too mean? I just need to know. I don't know if I'm being too mean. If you guys think I'm being too mean, I'll lay off a little bit. But if you guys don't.
I don't think you're being mean. You're just trying to instruct a mule. That's all.
Go over here. Stop. You keep on concentrating on one spot.
It's not looking at my picture.
You don't want it.
I know.
You have your glasses off for a reason.
I can't freaking see. see.
I don't want you to see. Like me, when I'm painting these, I like blur my eyes out. You know when you're daydreaming and everything goes blurry?
Like those puzzle pictures where you have to
Yes.
cross
I
your eyes
want
to see
you
the picture.
I want you to do that. What'd you pick up water for?
Because it's dry. It's not.
Hold on. But you diluted your color, so you need to get back with your dark color again. Pick up more color out of your palette. Because we want a drastic change between those. Cover up that line. I hate it. We got too much. Mix up a different color. We don't want it to be the same color. Stop that.
I'm wanting to clean the brush out.
I don't want you to clean the brush. Pick up some color. Throw some turquoise in there. So throw some of the other turquoise in there too. Grab some purple. There you go. Now throw that down. I want you up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. There you go. Don't touch them. There you go. Keep on going. Keep on going. Pick up more color. Go up here. All right, now take that same color and outline your eye. Now fill it in. I'm so bossy.
Bossy Betty.
All right. All right. Hey. All right, so one thing that I noticed on yours, I did exactly the same thing, is look at the neckline, because their neck kind of is like a little fat kid. So we want to bring your little fat kid neck out. See? Because I did the same thing. So bring out the fat kid neck.
So I need to pick up my yellows.
No. Same brush. Pick up. No. Listen to me before you do. ADD girl. Okay. Grab some of your red. And then pick up some, that orange, yellow, whatever. Is that wet? Here, hold on.
This is all wet or dry.
All right, there you go. There you go. Now mix that on your palette. There you go. Pick up some more of that orange. Some more of that yellow. There you go. Now use that.
And see what irks me is that those colors mixed on top of colors.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I can't stand it.
I don't care. You're doing this my way.
I know, but that's my...
So find your line, because it goes straight down from that little thing and goes right into his back. No, leave that hair there. I don't care.
From this right here.
Hold your brush up. There you go. And just smoosh it. No, we're not painting. We're still smooshing. There's no round. It goes straight in, hon. See that? We want it to go straight in. There you go. Fat boy neck. It goes straight down. There you go. Stop. Rinse out your brush.
My chunkamunka.
There you go. Now dry that. Oh, you still have to do, you need a little bit more drastic with your shadow on the neck.
I made a shadow.
I know, but it's very drastic in our picture.
Okay.
Now I want you to take,
hold on.
What do you need? It's really wet. Dab your brush on the towel. Can I help you? So when you, instead of dabbing it like that, just lay it down like that, and it'll wick out the color, and then you won't lose so much paint on your brush. There you go. Now dab it in. There you go. See, you're doing it really good there. I think you're getting the hang of it. I'm just going to soften that line a little bit. There you go. Okay. I know you guys aren't seeing a lot. I'm helping her across me too. I'm hoping my words help you. All right. Am I dry everywhere? I need to clip on this corner because... All right. So for me, now this is where we go in and have more fun. All right. This is my spot where I start hitting the details. And I just realized I'm almost out of bubble water. So right now I just have a clean brush. I just have it in water. You still have yellow in yours. Yeah, there you go. And I'm just touching it on there, and it's going to wick it out. See how it just wicks it out? I don't even have to rub it in. So I'm still damp. And to double check that, I just run it across my hand. I want it to leave wet behind, but I don't want it to puddle. Okay? And now any place where I want it even brighter, I am just going to brush stroke in some of those areas. Okay? I'm just going to brush stroke them in. I'm not scrubbing because I don't want to mix colors. I am just trying to move some of them out of the way. We're politely evicting them. Yeah, see how well that works?
Yeah.
And then if you want to lift even more, grab your towel on some of those puddles. And even doing that, it will kind of mix some of them, and you can redefine some of your lines, which what I'm going to go in and do. Oh, and gouache is Gouche, just for future reference.
Okay.
All right, so now I need to refine that line. Excuse me. I need to bring this down. There we go. I think he's looking rather penguin-y. Oh, I just busted myself. I did a brush stroke. Shana. All right. Now we're going to go back in with our brightest yellow. The brightest yellow that you used. I just want that straight yellow color. And we're going to go in and go over top. Make sure everything is dry. Is everything dry?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to go over top all of those areas that, oh, my battery's getting low. Hold on, I go plug in my phone. Oh, this brush tastes horrible. Man.
Like the lighter blacks in the face?
Yeah, the lighter blacks. I just want you to go over, and I want you to kind of lay the color over top of the blues. And we really want our brush loaded. Look at how loaded I have the brush with color.
Okay.
Because I don't want to reactivate any of those darker colors and mixes the colors together. We just really want it loaded and laying down straight pigment. And because this color is so light, you're going to be able to see the layers of color underneath it. And every time you see you're getting less color on there, just load it back up again. Well, normally Livy said one of these days she's going to have to follow along. Normally, I don't do this slow. I just keep on going, you know. But with Shannon here, I'm going a little bit slower for her.
Okay.
See right here, I put yellow on top and I noticed it was starting to mix. So right away, I'm rinsing out my brush and picking up straight color again, okay?
We're going slow because I'm a turtle.
No,
I'm a turtle.
you're not a turtle. You're just
I'm a turtle.
not experienced.
Painting.
No comment. My husband's cooking gourmet, I think. Oh, no, never mind.
He is.
I thought it was ramen noodles.
Don't eat ramen noodles. They're not good for your intestines.
I don't eat them a lot. One of my favorite, well, Tim and I, when we were really poor, we found, and it's still like one of our favorites, it's ramen noodles and you cook hamburger meat in the ramen noodle seasoning, and then
Add green beans and
no,
diced tomatoes.
no, you cook. Oh wait, sorry. You make potatoes. You diced potatoes, and you cook them with butter and the ramen noodle stuff.
Mm.
And then you cook hamburger. Add the potatoes in, and then you make the noodles, and you serve it all on top of the noodles.
Let's see, mine was the ramen noodles with hamburger or ground turkey. I use ground turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you do is you take the flavoring packet with the hamburger or whatever you're using, green beans and diced tomatoes, and you cook it all, and then you add like so much water, and then you put the noodles in. Bada boom, bada bing.
That sounds yummy.
It's a delicious thing.
Or then, I can't remember off the top of my head. I've made it before. It's like, you know how sometimes you want tuna casserole,
Yes.
but you're the only one in the house who likes tuna? It's like a cheater tuna casserole with ramen noodles. So I just noticed my penguin is looking like a pissed off finch. He's not looking like a penguin at all. So now I gotta get, I'm just realizing some of my darks are not where they need to be. So I'm just gonna work on those. Oops. And I really prefer to have a full paper towel roll. I don't know why. I think it's another lack of control thing because I have to use that whole roll of paper towel. And I know why he doesn't look like a penguin much. And that's because his beak isn't long enough. I think I can fix that by bringing his... All right, I gotta turn this. And I am just gonna try to move this in to really get... Oh, popcorn. That's what he's making. And then all I'm doing is going in and fixing, moving stuff around. And these I really am kind of scrubbing the color so I can get these lines where I want them. But then I go in and move them around again. I thought your son was going to try to come on today.
So did I.
Yeah, he looks like an angry finch. And his head is too round. Look at that. So a penguin head. Hold on, I gotta move this. That's a little bit better. Still not full on penguin though. I'm just gonna move this color around. Oh, and his beak is too thick. See, and that's all I'm doing right now is just moving things around as I need to go. And sometimes you do need to move your... There we go. That might work. That might work.
Take it.
Oh, look at, he's starting to look like a pissed off finch still. That's all right. I'm just gonna, this is still kind of wet so I can move it. And I'm trying to avoid mud. I'm not doing the best job. this goes to show how good this paper is in the Jane Journal because this is totally saturated. I am like using so much water. And that's how I roll. Know what? I think that line might have got me to the penguin status. But up here still is not quite right. How you feeling there, girl?
I'm having to stop
Why?
to look at it and not overwork an area, and it's got to dry some.
Throw your heat on it. Throw your heat on it.
Well, yeah, but
Don't worry about it.
you're on the airwaves.
I don't care. And know what?
I do.
They don't care either because you can still hear me anyway. And I talk too much anyway. We're good. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead. And then after you dry it, I'll hold it over here so you can take a look, okay? Can I show it on the thing?
Sure.
Okay. See, look. She has, all this is, don't laugh. This is really, really good, especially since you're so used to controlling everything.
Right.
She has let go and allowed herself to just have blotches of shadows everywhere, which is what I was trying to get her to do. She tried to stay away from doing lines. She got away from that by putting color down here and there. She wasn't scrubbing like she tends to do. You can still see the stencil underneath. You can see the layers of color. She's letting it dry. This is leaps and bounds. This is fantastic. I love it. See, and you already have a better, your outline of the penguin is better than mine. You have great, like all of the rework I've had to do on this, you got it right off the bat. So you have the good eye as far as looking at something and drawing it down. I don't have that. I fake it till I make it. All right. That's why I have to go in and I really have to scrub stuff away because see, look at the shape I was trying for. I had to scrub away so much. She got that on her first sketch pass. So, I mean,
You make him blush.
well, you're fantastic and you don't let yourself know it. So I'm letting you know it. If you deny it, I'll tell you to shut up.
But you know what I want to do right now? I want to get the black. I want to get the white. I want to make it look like pink.
So what I want, what I want you to do now is, no, I'm gonna screw with you.
Don't tell me to go back over it again with something else.
I want you to take like an orange, the orangey color, and I want you to put it everywhere because that's your mid-tone. Everywhere where it's black, I want you to kind of cover up everything.
All of this with orange.
Like orangey yellow, whatever you're using for your lightest color. Like I did here. Look, I went over pretty much everything with yellow.
I did go over it with yellow.
No, you didn't. Because look at, you have all of these bold spots. You barely covered any of that because you want your highlights to fade into your shadows. And the penguin with the picture has more highlights than shadows. I'm so mean.
So I'm going to go over all my dark.
Not all of it. Just like, look, see how I went over most of it?
Yeah.
I just left very little spots of the original. Like, see, there's just spots. And anytime your color starts getting diluted or polluted, rinse out your brush completely.
Excuse me.
And now comes the time where Shannon is going to get very jealous of me. Because I am picking up the black. As soon as you do that highlight over top, because it'll kind of draw everything together. And it's also a matter of style. Like for me, I still have white showing through. I don't need a fully covered page, but you like to have everything colored. So that's a matter of style too. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody asked something. Livy, I prefer hot press watercolor paper. And that's because of the texture of the surface. The surface is smoother, and I like it because it's multifunctional. Whereas, like, if I want to do mixed media and I only have hot press or cold press watercolor paper, the texture will sometimes inhibit me from being able to do some of the stuff I want. Hot press watercolor paper is phenomenal with watercolors. It's phenomenal with mixed media. I just prefer hot. So, but I do have cold press too. So it's it's not that I hate it. But if I only had a certain amount of money and I could only buy one or the other, it would be hot press. So now I'm just going in with my darkest spots and very, very, very undiluted black. And I'm just putting in some of these spots that are so dark. And like, see how I have this big blotch of blue, which signifies the shadow? I'm only going in the middle of that with the black, because we are going to, oops, kind of reactivate that and really get some coverage going with that.
How's that?
Yes. Now I want you to do it over this too. Maybe not full coverage, maybe like
Right.
feather strokes of it.
Over my orange blue stuff over here?
Yeah, all of this right here. And where you really see the piece come together is when you add your blacks and your whites.
Why do I have no whites?
You will. You have a gel pen, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I need to get this little area. And this would drive Shannon crazy. Is my brush, my bristles are not perfectly formed right now. They're actually all blotchy and stuff, and I'm using that texture to my advantage for the penguin feathers and whatnot. Even though he is looking rather finchy. Sorry, penguin, but at least you're both birds, so I can tell people honestly I meant to paint a bird.
It's a bird.
It's a bird.
Bird.
Bird. That reminds me, just the way you said that, there's that video.
Yeah.
Somebody probably owns it, and I hope I don't get sued, but if you look it up on YouTube, there's this little boy. I don't know what happened, but he's saying, blood, blood, and everybody's laughing at him, but they don't tell you why there's blood or anything like that. And he just says, it's not funny, blood. And yeah, it's funny.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's too good.
No.
My,
Mine's from Bambi. Bird.
yeah.
Bird.
All right. So I got my black done. And now I'm just going to go in and add just straight water on top of it, activate that a little bit, and kind of moosh it around a little bit more. Yep, straight black. I want it heavy, not a lot of water. And I want you to put the black like in the middle of all your darkest points. I don't want you to fill it in. I just want you to do the middle of it. So like break your stuff up into shapes. Like above his nose is like a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, just make a triangle just a little bit smaller. Does that make sense?
It actually comes with a tape.
But we're not filling the whole thing.
I know,
But you already have a shadow there. Water your brush. Tap it on the color you don't like. Put some puddles down.
Hold on.
Before it dries. Oh, did you want the line there, or were you trying to get rid of it?
Well, I was trying to get right in between that line. Above his beak.
I know, but you already have a shadow built someplace else. We're done. We're kind of done looking at the picture because you already have all your shadows in here. All those dark blues are where your shadows are. Oh, honey, I was going to show you how. If you want to lift it, get your brush wet. Because right now you're scraping off all your colors below it. Just put straight water all over the black that you want removed. Don't paint it. Just dab it. Just lay some color down or some water down. Just like this. See how I'm putting straight puddles on there?
Right.
Now go with your paper towel and just press it down. Now lift it. Press it again. A different spot though. You need, otherwise you're going to keep on putting color down. All right, now press it again. There you go. You can just keep on. There you go. There. Now you can just go in with whatever color and fill that back in again. So basically, on your painting for this deep shadow, you already have all your shadows in here. So what color are you putting in there now?
This blue,
Oh, okay.
black, purple stuff.
So you want to take the shadows you have already built in.
Right.
And that's where you want to put that black in, is in the middle of those.
Okay.
Now, if you really want to blend those spots, take your brush. Let me find a spot on mine. So if you want to blend these together, your brush is a little bit more damp. See how this doesn't quite puddle, but it's still wet? And I just want you to go like this and lay your color down and like tap in circles, and it'll mix all that color in together.
Okay.
See how it's right here how I'm doing it?
Okay. So
just like,
well,
I want you to use the tip of your brush. See, just like this, and just put dots of color. All right, now go someplace else. There you go. And like for that, because the edge of it is the darkest one, so the darkest spot would be the outside edge. You can go right on the outside edge of that. And they don't have to connect because we're just going to smoosh them up in a little bit anyway. To the people watching, are you guys okay with watching like this? I don't know if I'm not really paying that much attention to you guys. I apologize for that.
I need to see where the darker spots are.
No, you already put your darker spots in here. And even for me, around these edges like that, I did kind of paint them in. I just painted jagged. And you're holding your brush too close to the end again. Like, hold your brush to where it's comfortable, like as far away as you can, and still rest your hand on the table. Or however you usually paint, you know.
Hi, baby girl.
Yeah, you say sweet things and I yell at her. Okay, I think you're done. Now you can look at your picture again. You see your big spots right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now rinse out your brush. There you go. Tab out your water. No, it doesn't have to be clean. Tap out your water. There you go. Now I want you to take your brush. Hold on, let me tap out my water. And you're just going to go in all these black lines, and you're just going to tap water into it and kind of move them around, reactivate it, and kind of spread it out so it's not like a drastic dot. See how I had that same dot, that same shadow spot there?
Right.
And I just moved it throughout that full shadowed area, because your shadowed area actually goes all the way out to here. So hold on a second.
Hmm.
So if you start here, work your way around because it'll naturally lighten the further away you get from that shadow
Okay.
spot. So you'll end up,
So just
you're holding tight again though.
like spiral outward.
Yeah, you can kind of spiral out, or you can do like I do, and I just kind of move my brush around because shadows aren't exact usually. You know, you can just move them throughout the area. See, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's what we're aiming for. Yeah, see? You're getting it. We should have taped your paper down. And again, change the angle of your brush. Move your brush around so your strokes are all in one direction. If you need more water, you can add more water. And just tip off the excess. Okay. Libby says she's learning a lot, so I don't feel guilty now. I was feeling guilty because I'm like rarely looking up. Yeah. So, Libby, do you think I'm being mean to Shannon?
No.
I feel kind of mean. As long as you don't start calling me Fraulein, I guess we're good.
Just Bossy Betty.
And I actually need to... All right, so I'm going to add some more black in here. Oh, and then after you're done like moving stuff around, I want you to go in and add the black into the eye. Did you say you brought your pen with you? Your gel pen? Okay. Because you need that today. See, and I totally have Sparrow going on. It's because I made his head too round. All right. I need to do something about his head. So my husband's eating popcorn. One of my very good friends, his daughter, I don't know where she got it, but she loved popcorn.
Yeah.
And she'd always say, I want some popcorn. It was really weird. It was totally adorable. And now she's like in her 20s. Okay, did I fix it? Okay. Livy says I'm being fair too, so all right.
Okay.
As long as I don't come across as evil.
Bossy Betty.
All right, I see the way you're looking at it. What do you not like? What is it that you don't like?
It don't look like the picture.
We're not trying to make it
I
look
know,
like a picture.
but that's what I'm trying to get past.
If it was somebody else's artwork,
it'd be different.
No, hold on. Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
ADD. I'm gonna start calling you AD. Addie. If it was somebody else's artwork,
Right,
and you were looking at it with a critical eye, what would you look at it and go, they could probably work on that? What part is that about it?
it doesn't look for real.
It doesn't need to look for real.
But that's what I'm having to get past.
But what part of it? Okay, here we go.
For one, a penguin doesn't have
Hold on.
orange.
Hold on.
Blue.
Stop. Take a picture with your camera in black and white.
Can I?
You should be able to. Do you have Instagram?
Yeah.
Take a picture in color and then act like you're going to post it to Instagram. And when it gets to photo edit, turn it black and white.
See, I can't do black and white with my camera.
Take a picture with your
I know.
regular camera. Yeah.
With my camera.
I wonder if I can.
I can't do black. It doesn't give me an option for black and white.
I am going to go in with more purple because I'm feeling he's not dark enough too. I'm actually going to add some brown. I mean, don't actually post it unless you want to, but just do it in black and white so you can see. And then, in looking at it that way, I want you to tell me because we're not done yet either. We have to add a glaze of color over top of it too. This is what the pros call an underpainting. Oops, that's still wet. The beauties of technology. And then because I did so much editing on mine, I lost a lot of my dark shadows because I was moving stuff around and are you looking at it?
No.
It's what? Oh. Are you having problems?
Yeah.
Do you want to try it on mine?
Major malfunctions.
You want to try it on mine? See, I overworked this a little bit because I was thinking too much. I'm going to go in with my white pen. I don't know if... I think this is going to be a dated one for me. I don't know if I'm going to sign it.
See, to me, it still don't look like penguin.
What do you think doesn't look like a penguin? I want you to see in black and white, but paint in color. Okay, in that case, then look at your picture next to mine. What is it that makes it not look like a penguin?
To me, it just doesn't look like the penguin.
I want you to break it down, though.
I don't know.
Is it the size of the eye? Is it the beak? Is it the shape of the head? Like for me, it's totally the shape of the head. I can't get the shape of the head right. Is it the shape of the body? Is it which point of it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to break it.
Do you want me to tell you what I think it is?
Huh.
The shape of the beak.
Really?
Yep. The shape of the beak, you did about the same thing I did. I fixed mine now. You have a raven beak, which I had a raven beak too. If you look at the shape of this beak, it comes straight out and then barely curves at the end. Both of us did a full-on curve. But you have the shape of the head perfect, which I did not. So take heart in that.
I don't have enough paper. I need more paper.
One other thing that I see that might be part of it that's bothering you is look at where the neck and the body meet up.
Mm-hmm.
You got a big old beer gut. This is a Chicago penguin. This is not an Arizona penguin. So he got a big old actually Wisconsin penguin too. Brought some beer belly.
Hmm.
But I think it's all the beak. I think that's all you got. Because you started to correct it. But I think if you brought it up like right here, see, it comes like this, then phew, and this comes up and then basically goes straight out. So I'm thinking like right about here. And like that. Do you see what I'm doing right there?
Mhm.
I think it's just the beak.
So how do I fix it?
You do, like I did. You get a wet brush. Just one tap to get rid of it. And I don't know, is this a heavy duty watercolor paper?
140.
Okay. So what I did is I put my water down just slightly outside the edge where I want to start.
Right.
Right? And I put that down and then I dab out the water. And then I take that water and scrub to move my line to the way I need it. Not like heavy duty scrub,
Right.
but it just wets it and moves it. And then a little piece of that. See how it's working? So you can kind of control watercolor. You're still going to have color left over,
Right,
but then you can see it's already looking more penguin-y. Do you see it? Do you see it now?
a little bit.
And I was trying to get you to find that yourself, but that was the only issue I saw with yours. Mine, I turned into mud. Do you want to use this?
No. I got it in my head.
Yeah, mine looks like a finch, so I'm going to say this is a finch. All right. Oh, we've lost everybody. All right, so now I'm going to go in and add my white. I'm just going to have fun with it. And you said you don't need that, right?
No. No.
And this is also another reason why I said layer your color and mix everything up. Because when we go in and add white,
Mm-hmm.
white is the lightest highlight. So I'm actually going to go in and add. The white is about the only thing I really sketch. I want it to, like it makes fur look like fur, you know?
Right.
Oops. Did not mean to do that, but oh well. And I am just making him more finchy by the second. But no, that's all right. We don't care. We like it. Well, Shannon may not like it, but I like it. I'm seeing another issue with why mine looks more finchy is the eye placement. I placed his eye too high. Well, maybe. Oh, I need it further back or something. Something's not quite right. But you know what? I'm going to live with it. I'm going to say I love you. I'm just going to be happy with it. That I got to paint today. That I got to create today. Because that's what it's all about. It's about being happy. This is where you do need to look at your picture and kind of figure out where the whites are. And sometimes I end up adding more color into. I know there's no white highlight on the eye, but I'm adding it in there anyway. See, I'm letting you be sketchy now. Are you happy? And remember how short the feathers are? You want to make your strokes the same way. So you want really short, 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 like staccato, close together. And actually, mine is looking more like a wren now. Is a wren closer or further away from the penguin? Now this is going to be the fun part because on all this black and the tuxedo part of the thing, they have these huge like feathers and it has all these highlights on it, and I'm just going to scribble them in. And I already have a lot of white showing through on purpose right there. And even though I love my Posca pen, I like using these gel pens because they sometimes do get a lump of ink on there and it makes your pen strokes uneven. And I like it. Then every place that is actually white, I'm gonna like really fill it in heavy. So usually the big ta-da moment is when I add the white, but I don't think that's gonna happen this time. I really don't. He's not looking very. No. I don't think he's looking penguiny. I still like him though. I think he's fabulous. But I don't think he's looking penguiny. And after holding my paint, stop going in a line. Like your perfect line. Yeah, I just yelled at her. Because even feathers don't grow in a line. I think Shannon was just looking forward to sketching. Yeah, he does not look like a penguin, but I still like him. I'm going to go back over with a little bit of color though. I don't know what kind of bird he is. Yes, I still think he's fabulous though. Fabulous.
What baby girl?
She was about to step in your paint. All right, now with this, let me take a look at him. Let's see. See, he still doesn't look, see, I still don't have his head shaped right. So this should come up and in and up. Should we see if we can do that? Come along, join me in a journey of trying to get a penguin head to look like a penguin head. Actually, this looks more like a hummingbird, doesn't it? Oh,
With a
Lordy.
finch beak.
Yeah, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. I'm going to go right over top of some of that white with my black. Let's see. My paper's starting to roll on me a little bit. Here we go. I'm adding in a little bit more black just because I'm feeling it. What you thinking there, girl?
I don't know.
You can't see the look on your face because I'm not looking.
That's fine.
Yeah, it totally looks like a finch or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like him. And it's all the eye. Like when I break this down, like I was trying to tell you, I
Yeah.
look at when something doesn't look right to me, I'll look at my inspiration photo and go to each feature and find out what it is. One, the beak isn't quite right, but that's not what's doing it. The shape of the head is not quite right, but I don't think that's it either. It's the eye. The eye should be right about here. And that is a big part of my issue. Because a finch's eye is up here, a penguin eye is down here. I think if I moved the penguin eye down, no, let's try it. Let's see if I can move the penguin eye down. I did already put some ink over it, but I still might be able to do something. And this is a lesson basically in just because you screwed it up doesn't mean you can't fix it.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just going to see. The worst that can happen is I don't like it, but everything is a learning experience. So let's see. And looking at him, it's still not going to be right because his head is still odd shaped, but I'm thinking by moving his eye, I'll be a little bit closer. So I got this. I was worried so much about watercolor, I never pulled in the colored pencil aspect of it either.
Oh.
So let's see. We have this. That should be the bottom of his eye, right about there. Well, his eye goes basically straight across. There we go. That might be a little bit closer. Still not a penguin, but that's closer. Oh, I just saw something else. This. should come out. This should be rounded. And I'm going to grab some colored pencils. And this is where we really get our control back, because we can add any color we want to on top of the watercolor. Get in there with some colored pencils. This is where we can use the actual colors from the picture and really work our colors in. I got where you can let yourself have control. And the nicest way to color over watercolor is if you're doing a large area, try to do like say you're doing feathers, of course, doing the angle of the feathers. But if you're doing a large area, try to do crosshatch.
Okay.
It seems to me, it seems to really fill in a little bit better. I'm just going to do a very light over top so some of these colors still show through. Actually, he's quite the beautiful wren. He would be a beautiful wren if he wasn't supposed to be a penguin.
There you
go. That's what it is.
Huh.
So in adding these colors, I'm looking at this, and his eye should end right about here. So I'm making his eye completely too big. So there's no going back after colored pencil. Other way. No, no, no. Hold the pencil with your less dominant hand, because you're more likely to break the lead. And there, I can just move this out. That's actually a little bit better. Libby, I'd love to see what you end up with if you rewatch it. Be careful with cold press watercolor paper and smudging with your finger, because it will pill. It's less likely to happen with hot press, but if you're smudging with on cold press, it will pill up on you. So just be careful. All right, see the eye made him a little bit more penguin-y. And now I'm just like doing a lot of coloring, hoping I can save it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. This is a really nice gray. That's just a blender. Oh, is that what you were looking for? That is a blender?
Hmm.
Oh, what is that?
The charcoal.
Oh. How did the charcoal get mixed in there?
No.
This is a really nice gray if you want to use that. Because it'll actually blend in nice with the other. And the charcoal will wipe off if you put it in a folder. See, now I'm just doing a full crosshatch of black over the whole thing. It's black.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's looking more penguin-y. Make sure that's not blue, unless you want it blue. That's black? Okay. I think it's blue.
It don't matter.
Okay. That's one of the old ones. I think he looks more penguin-y now.
Yay!
With this little bit of red from my sketching, though,
Uh,
it looks like he's got blood coming off of his.
he pecked the seal. I was trying to get him.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, the seal was trying to get him out of the water.
Yes, please let me do that. You post on Facebook, hashtag was Cheeto for me, because that's what I usually do with my stuff, and that way I can find it. Or if you follow me on Instagram, tag me in it, or whatever they call it, where you do the @ thing. I think he looks more penguin-y. There's still... Oh. I think I found what made him a penguin.
What made him a penguin?
His chin.
Mm. He doesn't have a blubber chin.
Let's see, there's a black pen I used that was water soluble. The black pen was,
Incredible.
yeah, is the Incredible pen. I didn't use it on this one though. Also, I've used in the past, it's just a cheap dollar store pen. It's just a cheap dollar store gel pen. And it's water soluble too, so that's nice. Or I'll use the General Scriball, that's water soluble, or the Stabilo All, that's water soluble too. And then which crayons? I'm not sure which crayons. I didn't use those at all this time though.
No. It was all watercolor. But you've used these ones before.
What crayons? Are you talking crayons or the colored pencils I'm using today? Is what I'm wondering. Hold on, we'll wait for it to ask. It takes a second for stuff to catch up. Holy Hannah, he's turning into a penguin. He's turning into a penguin.
Yay!
And I am adding more black. Notice how all my black ones are shorter?
Yeah.
But which one is that one? Yeah, that's one of the old ones.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you can sharpen. I got a lot of black ones. I'm going to type this in because I'm curious. All right, so we got that. Now we need to add this black. Know what might have been a more fun penguin to do? What is that one with the weird mohawk?
Oh.
The one from Happy Feet who
Yeah.
had the thing stuck around his...
The one that Robin Williams voiced.
Yeah. Oh, the water-soluble crayons, yeah. I have two different kinds. The ink tints, or the ink tints, sorry. The Neo Color 2s and the Lyras. Neo Color 2s, you can get both of them in art stores. The Lyras now have a different tin. This is an older one. This is a hand-me-down. But they're both very nice. Also, other water solubles are the same, that work just as nice. Dinah Wakely now has scribble sticks. There are the Distress crayons. Gelatos are kind of nice. They're kind of similar. What other ones are there? There's quite a few water-soluble crayons. Yeah, that would have been fun.
Macaroni penguin.
Macaroni?
Macaroni penguin.
No.
Yes.
Holy Hannah, there's a penguin called the macaroni penguin.
Then they have the erect crested.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah. Because they stand straight up. The crest.
Oh, okay.
It's erected crest. Crested.
I think he looks more penguin-y now. But this black line is too stark. Do you think he's looking more like a penguin now?
Yeah.
He looks more like a penguin now.
Yeah.
See, and now look at yours. You're getting happier with it as you go, aren't you?
Yeah, because now I can actually work on it.
What do you mean? Oh, with the crayon?
Put the finer details into it.
See, and that's what I tell you. You gotta have a spot where you just let go and do. All right, I think I'm about done. And Shannon's is fabulous. When she finishes it, she's gonna put it online, and she is gonna hashtag me or whatever media stream she wants. And if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you will get to see Shannon's too. She's still working on her colored pencil, and I think it looks fabulous. And like I said, she had the scope of the face and everything far better, faster than I did. The two water solubles that I've used in the past are the Lyras and the Neo Color 2, those two crayons. I use those kind of interchangeably. I like the Neo Color 2s because in a lot of places you can buy just individual crayons, because they are kind of pricey. I can't remember how much this was, but I'm sure I had a coupon. I went back and I can't remember. I bought one of these two after. I can't remember which color. Might have been this one. But so that's like the whole set. And then I went and bought this single crayon because that was the only color I really missed. Now, that being said, I really would love to have that huge set. But I'm happy with this. All right, so at Michael's, the Neo Color 2s, we saw these at Hobby Lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Michael's, I don't know why, it's hit or miss on the Neo Color 2s. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. Some stores don't even carry them. So, like, what state are you in, Livy? Are you in the U.S.? These you can actually buy at like art stores and stuff like that. Like, look for some of your local places. Scribble sticks, I've heard, I haven't used them, but I've heard that they are like just as good as the Neo Color 2s, but they're cheaper. So that might be an option for you too. Most of those are Dina Wakley's stuff is usually sold more in the smaller craft stores and stuff like that, which I need to go find a flippin' one of her journals because I want it. I just realized this still should be in here. Oh, not a problem, Livy. Glad to help. Just tell people you like me and get other people to watch. That's the only thank you I need. And originally I was supposed to be scanning in like all these animals that I've done in the past. I'm gonna scan them in, and I think I'm gonna put them up for sale, art prints for sale, like on Zazzle or Society 6, maybe both. Or you can get products and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that. Follow me on Facebook on my artist page, Shanna Conroy, and that's where I will post when those go up for sale. Yeah, I think he's cute. I think he turned out cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sign my name and call him done. Holy Lord. We have been doing this for 2 hours.
What?
On top of that, you're losing all your color.
No, I'm not. When I get home, I have the actual blending pencil.
Here, do you want this? This gray is really pretty. It's like a really cool gray. You can get your tones in. All right. So, oh, California? Okay. Check.
Michael's.
No, that's what a lot of Michaels don't carry them. Check Hobby Lobby. If you have AC Moore down there, they usually have a good supply of art supplies. I'm not familiar with California. I'm in Arizona, so oh, AC Moore is one if you have those. Did I already say that?
Mm-hmm.
And just check local art supplies. Like here we have Arizona Art Supply, or Jerry's Artorama, Dick Blick. They have them. Just go check that out. You guys got to have a Dick Blick around you. They've decided to go by Blick now, but yeah, same thing. So I'm gonna. Oh wait, no, we're not done. I need to stencil. I need some stenciling. No, I'm gonna do X's. Penguins are just cute. All right, so what color do I want? What color do I want?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do green. A mix of the greens. There we go. I don't know why I started doing this and now I just love having these simple stencil backgrounds. Oops.
Oh, there's a Dick Blick in Fullerton by my mother-in-law.
I love Dick Blick. We should go down to Tempe sometime. Go to Dick Blick.
Oh, San Francisco. Lots in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, huge artist district out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got sloppy with that. Dag nabbit.
There's only 14 stores in California. Berkeley, Fullerton, LA, Oakland, Pasadena, Sacramento, San Diego. 1, 2, 3. 3 in San Francisco.
I don't know where she's at, so.
Well, that's why I'm just calling them up. Santa Monica, West LA.
Well, she's online though too, so I don't
Now
know.
you can buy it online.
Yeah.
Their website's a little freaky, but
The Neo colors, your best bet is to find a coupon though, because they are expensive, but they're worth it. For me anyway. But I had a coupon too. All right. I think he's all right. I think he's cute.
mm-hmm.
I'm just going to dry him out, and then I'm going to say goodbye. I don't know why I'm liking all these sloppy backgrounds lately. I'm sure Shannon hates them.
No. I like them.
But now I got to do, I just realized this needs to be a little bit lighter.
Uh-huh. Those Neo colors. Neo
Okay.
color too.
All right, so I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say big hugs, mushy stuff, and I will see you Tuesday, because tomorrow I do puppy treats. So, toodaloos. Bye. Say bye, Shannon.
Bye-bye.